Hello, good morning. If you are here in the class already, now it's time to just get into child's pose. So bringing the knees and toes together, or you can choose to take a wide-legged child's pose, toes together, knees as wide as the mat, or any width that suits you, and then bringing the chest down to the mat and the forehead down to the mat. Arms can be in front of you. You can activate the arms by walking the fingertips forward, or you can have the arms by your side. Probably easier with your knees together, like that. So we'll just sit in child's pose for a few moments. For anyone that's just joined us, we're beginning in a child's pose. So kneeling on your shins and then bringing the chest down towards the mat. Stretching the arms overhead or arms by your sides. Forehead to the mat if you can. If anyone's got knee problems, you can make a little bit more space between your calf and the back of your thigh by putting a blanket or a towel, some padding here. Or even a cushion like this. A little bit more space. It's a bit easier on the knees. It creates a bit more space, so there's less compression here on the backs of the knees, and therefore less tension on the kneecaps. It's quite warm outside, so this is quite a nice cooling posture to become grounded. Start to reinforce that connection with the earth. Connection that sometimes can be lost in our day-to-day lives. The earth usually is a cooler place to be during the summertime, the floor, the ground. So just make that connection as you start to draw your attention inwards. Practicing a little bit of pratyahara, sense withdrawal. Reinforcing that connection with yourself, with your body. Understanding what's going on in certain parts of the body. Maybe during this time you can start to notice things that you wouldn't have perhaps noticed before. A pinching somewhere, a tightness, some heat in a certain part of you, your back, your shoulders. Feel free to take a body scan here. And start to engage the Ujjayi breath here, if you have that in your practice. So constricting the back of the neck so that the breath sounds like a soft whisper, slowly elongating the inhales and the exhalations. Maybe inhaling for the count of 4, holding for a very short moment, and then exhaling for the count of 4. Maybe you can even exhale for the count of 5. You're really focusing on pushing out that breath, but also keeping the back of the neck constricted, so that the breath sounds like a soft whisper, like waves in the ocean in the distance. Last breath here. And then from child's pose, just gonna press into the hands and then walk the hands back towards you. And then come to sit in a cross-legged seated position, something that's comfortable for you. At the top of the mat. Hands at heart center. Again, making a connection here. And perhaps setting an intention for the practice today. dedicating the practice to the world, something the world needs, or some individual in your life who maybe could do with a little bit of love, or you can dedicate this to something you wish for yourself. All dedications are welcome. Don't think too hard. Just use the first thing that came into our head. Usually our instincts are pretty right. Especially as women, we have good instincts. So stay with that, trust yourself. And maybe bring a color, an image, or a sound to your mind to represent that intention. And we'll begin the practice with 3 deep breaths. Inhaling, arms wide, reaching up, hands to prayer above the head, and then exhaling, bringing the hands to heart center. Inhaling, and exhaling. Last one, inhaling, and exhaling. Inhale, lift the prayer, gaze to thumbs, and then exhale, bring the right arm out directly behind you and the left arm right in front of you as you turn from the navel 90 degrees. Inhale, rise up. Sorry, arms go up again, and then exhale, arms over, facing towards the left. Inhaling. And exhaling, just twisting gently and really opening across the chest. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, arms overhead. Try and get your hands alongside your ears. And then exhale for the last time, opening up to the right hand side. Inhale, prayer above the head, shoulders down. And then exhale, opening up to the left for the last time. Inhale, hands to prayer above the head. And then exhale, swinging the right arm underneath the left. I think I'm doing the opposite to you. Crossing at the elbows, crossing at the wrists. Hands in Garudasana arms, eagle arms. Inhale, lifting the prayer up, lifting the elbows. And then exhale, bringing the elbows down. So really broadening across the back. Inhale, lifting, having a nice stretch in the shoulders here. Maybe you want to gaze up without cranking the neck too much. And then exhale, bringing the elbows down, really broadening across the back of the shoulders. Last one, inhale, gazing up slightly, lifting the chest. And then exhale, elbows down, nice. Inhale, arms wide, expand, stretch it out. And then exhale, we'll swing the left underneath the right this time, crossing at the elbows, crossing at the wrists if you can, otherwise grabbing opposite shoulders, sorry, I should have said if it wasn't available to you. Inhale, lifting the prayer. And then exhale, sinking the elbows, broadening across the back. Notice the different stretching in different places this time. Inhale, lifting the arms. And then using the whole of the exhale to bring the elbows down towards the navel. Inhale, lifting the arms, last time. And then exhale, bringing the elbows down. Nice. Inhale, arms wide. And then exhale, turn the thumbs down towards the mat. And then interlace the fingers behind you, pulling the fist away from your seat. It'll look a bit like that. You can start low if you're a bit stiff here. In fact, while you're here, just cross your legs the other way. Okay, you may need to shift your seat a little bit, but if you can, without using your arms, just cross your legs the other way, just to give your thighs a stretch in a different direction. So, lifting through the crown of the head, chest reaching forward a little bit, shoulders coming back, nice broadening across the collarbones, pulling the fist away from your seat if you can. Fist comes up, a little bit higher maybe than last time, and then holding here for 1. Inhaling, start to engage the bandhas, the Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha, so your pelvic floor and your core. Inhaling and exhaling, nice. Inhale, arms, separate the hands and place the palms on the knees. And then exhale, round back. So seated cat-cow here. Inhale, chest comes forward, shoulders back. And then exhale, tuck the chin into chest, bringing the navel towards the spine. Inhale, lifting the chest, bringing chest through the shoulders. Imagine there's a pencil in between your shoulder blades. You're trying to squeeze. And then exhale, let it go, let it drop. Tucking the chin into chest and tilting back on those sit bones. Inhale, chest comes forward and arch. And then exhale, turn the gaze down, slightly gaze into navel. And then really rounding the spine. 2 more like this. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. Nice. So then roll over the legs and come into a tabletop position along the length of your mat, spreading the palms, stacking the shoulders above the wrists and the hips above the knees, coming to a nice neutral tabletop position. Inhale, right arm up to the sky, and then exhale through the right arm underneath the left armpit. Inhale, lift and broaden across the chest. Exhale, shrink, feet bending at the left elbow. Last time. Inhale, lift, twisting at the midriff. And then exhale. Come all the way down, placing the right cheek onto the mat. If available to you here, you can swing the left arm around behind you, maybe grabbing hold of a piece of material on your right thigh or your inner right thigh. Stay here for 3 more breaths. This is 1. Inhaling, you're stacking your hips above your knees. Exhale, 2. Inhale, feel your broadening across the chest as you move the left shoulder back in space if you can. Exhale, 2. Inhale. And with every exhale, you feel your chest sinking a little bit deeper into the mat. Nice. Inhale, left palm down, press into it, and come back up to your tabletop position. Okay, you may want to find your alignment or realign yourself in the tabletop here. Inhale, left arm reaches up to the sky, gaze to left fingertips, and then exhale, feed the left hand underneath the right armpit this time. Inhale, lift and expand, and then exhale, feed, and come down. Last time, inhale, twisting at the midriff, broadening across the chest, and then exhale, feeding that left hand underneath the right armpit, coming to rest onto the left temple or left cheek. Right arm swings around you, grabbing hold of the left thigh or somewhere around there. And then holding here for 3 more breaths. Inhaling and exhaling, sinking into the mat. Inhale, broadening across the chest, moving the right shoulder back in space. Exhale, 2. Last breath here, stacking the hips above the knees. Exhale, 3. Inhale, right arm slowly comes down. Pressing into right palm, left palm meets right into your tabletop position. And then I'm going to walk the hands slightly and come into something called puppy pose. So again, these hips stay above the knees. Make sure, check your alignment. And then walking the hands forward. If you can, try and get your chest down to the mat. Or even just your forehead down to the mat is fine. And here you're just going to enjoy a nice little morning waking up of the back of the shoulders in this little back bend. You can keep the toes tucked if that's more comfortable for you, or the tops of the feet can come down here in puppy pose. We'll stay here for 5 more breaths. Inhaling and exhaling, dipping that chest. Inhaling, maybe you want to activate the arms, increasing the stretch of the armpits by walking the fingertips forward. Exhale, 2. Inhale, you're still engaging that pelvic floor, remember. Exhale, 3. Inhaling, really expand that rib cage, lengthening the sides of the ribs. Exhale, 4. Last breath here. Really feel expansive and stretching over those shoulder blades. Exhale, 5. Inhale, slowly walk your hands towards you. Spreading the fingertips, and then tucking onto the back toes, and then hovering the knees above the floor as you lengthen the spine and pushing the tailbone back to the sky with bended knees. You're in a down dog with bended knees here. So really take your time here. And then you can gradually start to straighten the legs, pushing the shins back in space. And then gently walking out your dog here. Then shaking your head, yes, no, maybe fluttering the lips. Making sure you're nice and loose and you're not holding any tension there in your jaw or anywhere on your face. Okay, notice what the facial expression might be doing. Imagine if you had a mirror in front of you. Is your face neutral? Are you keeping neutrality here? Are you being aware of what you're doing? Are you being gentle with yourself? Are you trying to force things on yourself? Be gentle, be kind to yourself. Downward facing dog. Gazing in between toes. Pressing the shins back slightly. Spine is long and your tailbone is lifting to the sky. Inhale, look between the hands. Come up to tiptoes and gently tiptoe the feet towards your hands. And then coming to the front of your mat, grabbing opposite elbows. And then gently swaying right, keeping the hips where they are. And then bringing the torso over to the left. Always linking the movement with breath. The weight can be in the toes here. Neck is long, head is heavy. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhale, releasing the hands. Shaking out the wrists a little bit, rolling out the wrists, maybe shaking the head, and then slowly roll up, stacking vertebra on top of vertebra. Good to keep the knees bent here at this time, if you're doing that, rather than straight knees. And then the head, the shoulders rather, then the neck, then the head come up last, rolling shoulders back and down, preparing your Tadasana mountain pose. So noticing your alignment, what's your alignment doing? Starting from the bottom, spreading the toes. Feet are a hip width apart and parallel. All feet and toes can be together. Sorry, toes and heels can be together. And then moving up, pulling up on the quadriceps. So not locking the knees, there can be a micro bend here, but really strengthening those legs, the stability here by pulling up on those quadriceps. And at the same time, tucking under the tailbone slightly, engaging those glutes. We'll be firing up the glutes later. Not too much though. Engaging in the bandhas, reinforcing that connection with the navel, Mula Bandha. So bringing the navel in and up a couple of inches underneath your belly button. Gazing ahead, reaching through the crown of the head, arms extended, fingertips are lengthening down towards the mat. Palms slightly facing forwards. Chin is parallel to the floor. And you're softening your gaze, remembering your intention. Have a great practice. Inhale, reach the breath through heart center, gaze to thumbs, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, folding forward and down, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, come up to hands to shins or just up to fingertips. Exhale, palms down, step your right foot back, followed by your left foot. And slowly drop the knees to the floor, and then bending at the elbows, bring the torso all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, palms down, tuck under the toes, feet to heels, downward facing dog. Holding here for 5 breaths, this is 1. Inhaling. And exhaling. As you breathe in, you're lengthening that spine, crown of head to tailbone. Exhale 2. As you inhale, you're lengthening through the sides of the rib cages by pushing into the arms. Pressing into the palms. Exhale 3. Inhale, tailbone lifting to sky as you push the chest to thighs. Exhale 4. Last breath as you gaze in between toes. Or if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can gaze to navel, but not if it hurts the back of the neck. For 5. Inhale, look between the hands. Gently place the right foot between the hands, followed by the left foot. Fold and stretch the legs. Inhale, lift the palms through heart center with a strong core, rise up. And exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose, arms by your side. Inhale, lift the prayer, gaze to thumbs, stretch up. Exhale, follow the prayer all the way down. Uttanasana, head is heavy, neck is long. Inhale, come up to fingertips or hands to shins with the flat back. And then exhale, palms down, left foot steps way back, followed by the right foot. And slowly drop the knees, and then the chest, and then the chin. The tailbone is still lifted here for a little back bend. Inhale, snake through to cobra. Then you can press up, just giving yourself a little bit of a back bend here. Exhale, tuck under the toes, seat to heels. Through bent legs, come into your downward facing dog. Holding here for one. Inhaling. And exhaling. So just yourself, making sure that your feet are hip width apart and parallel, and your arms are no more than a shoulder width apart and parallel. Inhaling. Exhale, 3. Inhaling. Have you forgotten your bandhas, or you've still got your core engaged and your pelvic floor lifting up? Exhale, 4. Inhale. See if you can press your shins back even more in space, driving those heels down for 5. Inhale, look between the hands, engaging the core. Gently step your left foot forward, followed by your right foot. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the prayer through heart center, strong core, flat back. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Nice. Last round here. Inhale, lifting the breath through heart center, gaze to thumbs. Exhale, folding forward and down, Uttanasana. Inhale, look up and for a prayer. And then exhale, hop, step, or jump your feet to the back of the mat. And this time, you can have the option of, you can do any option of coming down. So maybe Chaturanga is for you this time, otherwise choose knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward facing dog. Dog as the chest lifts, comes through the shoulders. And then exhale, roll over the toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Staying here for 5 breaths. This is 1. Inhale, see if you can lift your toes off the floor. For 2 breaths, exhale, 2, nice. Keep them lifted. Exhale, 3, well done. Inhale, really pressing into the palms, creating space around the neck and the shoulders. There isn't too much clutter there. For 4. Inhale, again, chest moves towards the thighs. Exhale, 5. Inhale, look between the hands, soft knees, look up. And then gently step, hop, step or jump rather, your feet to the front of the mat. Exhale, fold and stretch the legs. Inhale, lift the prayer through heart center, gaze to thumbs. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Nice. Inhale, deeply bend the knees, sweep the arms up, Utkatasana chair. Exhale and hold here for 1. Inhaling, arms alongside the ears. Exhale, 2, sit low. Inhale, you're lifting the chest a little bit higher, so you're gazing up. Exhale, 3. Inhale, if you can't see your toes, draw your knees back in space even more. Exhale, 4. Inhale, enjoy the burn as you suck your tummy in. Exhale, 5. Fold and stretch the legs. Well done. Inhale, heel to toe your feet to about hip width apart if they were together. And then grabbing with your 2-piece fingers, the big toe bind for Padangastasana. Inhale, dipping the chest, lifting and lengthening. And then exhale, pulling up on these big toes with your 2-piece fingers. You can keep the knees as bent as you like in order to do this, okay? So it's okay to have bent knees and then gently rocking forward, pulling up on the knees and gradually taking your time to move the knees back in space and stretching those hamstrings, okay? Go easy on yourself, it's the morning. Another 3 breaths here. Inhaling, head is heavy, neck is long. Exhale, 1. Inhale, all the weight is in the balls of your feet. You could almost feel like you could topple over. Exhale, 2. Inhale, you're still engaging in your core, okay? You're still pulling up on those tummy muscles. Exhale, 3. Inhale, release the hands and come up slightly. And then exhale, rebend those knees. And this time we're having a little bit of a deeper stretch. So sliding the soles of the palms of the hands under the soles of the feet. So the toes meet the wrist creases. It's a slightly subtler movement. So you may want to keep your feet, your knees, maintain kind of a deep bend here. Okay. Inhaling and exhaling, fold. Inhaling, elbows folding, bending out towards the sides. Exhale, 2. Inhale, again, your weight still in the balls of your feet. Exhale, 3. Inhale, see if you can gradually work on straightening those legs, lifting your tailbone to the sky. Exhale, 4. Last breath with a long neck and a heavy head. Exhale, 5. Nice. Inhale, deeply bending the knees and slowly releasing those hands. Hands on the hip. With a flat back and a strong core, slowly breathe your way up to standing. And then hands by your side, Tadasana mountain pose. Nice. Inhale, lift the breath through heart center, gaze to thumbs. Exhale, folding forward and down, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, palms down, hop, step, or jump your feet back to the back of the mat and slowly lower. Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Thighs lifted and engaged. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot between the hands, back heel grounds. Slowly rise up, warrior 1. Exhale, open arms and hips to warrior 2. Inhale, straighten that front leg for a moment. Bring the back foot in a couple of inches. Wrapping the left arm round your back, grabbing hold of the right hip. Right arm reaches out, reach beyond your limits. And then exhale, right hand down, left shoulder comes up. For Baddha Trikonasana, bound Trikonasana, holding here for 1. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling. Exhale, 2. Inhale, 1 line, right wrist to left shoulder. Exhale, 3. Inhale, reaching through the crown of the head as you're trying to extend the right side of the body as well as the left. Exhale, 4. Inhale, try and spin that chest open, moving the left shoulder back in space, gazing over the left shoulder for 5. Inhale, gaze to the right toes for stability. Strong legs, strong core, rise up. Exhale, widen the stance a little bit, so moving the back foot back is probably easiest. Deeply bending that front knee again, releasing the arms wide, parallel to the floor, holding here for Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2 for 1. Inhaling, reaching the arms away from each other, and then exhale, melting the shoulders down. Inhale, moving the torso back in space. A lot of people's tendencies to move forward. Exhale, 3. Inhale, deeply bending that front knee and externally rotating both thighs. So maybe that means the right knee moves out to the right a little bit more for 4. Last breath here. Inhale, see if you can bend the knee a little bit deeper for 5. Nice. Inhale, straighten that front leg for a moment. Exhale, rebend that knee, placing the right palm on the instep of the right foot, or you can keep the right forearm on the right thigh if that's a bit more, if you want a little bit more space, if there's too much compression here in this right hip. Wherever you are, I'm going to place the left hand on the back of the head with the thumb coming down the neck, and on an inhale, lift the elbow up to the sky, and then exhale, left elbow comes down towards the mat. Inhaling, feel expansive, really create some stretching across that front of the chest. Exhale, elbow comes down as we crunch, kind of a little bit like our seated cat-cow. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, making sure the right knee is above the right ankle. You may want to draw the right hip back in space. And then exhale. Last one here, wherever you are, inhale. And then exhale, release the left hand to the instep of that right foot. Wiggle that right foot out to the right. And then drop the left knee down to the floor, coming into a lizard pose. All right, so we're in lizard here. So you can either choose to stay here on your hands or come up to fingertips, if that's available to you. You can walk that right foot out to the right, so the right toes are coming off the mat and the right knee is coming out to give yourself a little bit more space here. Or if that's too much for you, you can always just come up to kneel here and then sink the hips forward as much as is comfortable for you. No pain is needed here. You can either stay here, or another option is to come down to forearms. And if that's not enough for a challenge for you today, you can always tuck under the back toes and lift the back knee off the floor. So lots of variations here in lizard pose. Wherever you are, we're going to find some stillness here. No more moving for 3 more breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, wherever you are, you're reaching through the crown of the head. And then exhaling, drawing that right hip back in space and the left hip forward. Last breath, inhaling and exhaling, nice. Inhale, gently walk the right foot in towards the right, towards the left, excuse me. And we're going to set up for pigeon here, okay? So coming into our pigeon pose. So bringing the right foot out towards the left of the mat. And then you can bend at the right knee wherever is comfortable. If you've got knee problems, don't do anything that pinches the knee too much. But bring the right heel underneath you at a 45-degree angle, or you can see if you can try and get that right shin parallel to the front of the mat. The more experienced yogis, wherever you are, try and get those hips square so the hips are facing forward. You may want to just keep your hands either side of your hips like this, or if available to you, you may want to fold forward and down. It's always good to have a piece of something like a cushion, and you can place it underneath your right butt cheek for a bit of height here. It's much more comfortable that way. You feel really, really tight in the outer right hip. Wherever you are, find some stillness and we'll stay here for 5 more breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, Ekapada Raja Kapotasana, one-legged king pigeon. Exhale, 3. Inhale, wherever you are, you're expanding the rib cage as you breathe in. And with every exhale, you're sinking into this posture a little bit deeper. Inhale, breathing into any discomfort the right hip gives you. And then exhale, allowing a deepening of that stretch, of that feeling. Inhale, pressing into the palms. Slowly walk the palms up if you are bringing your chest to the mat. Getting rid of any padding. Pressing into the palms, tucking under the back toes. Lifting the right leg up and back. And then meeting in a downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, back to the ground. Slowly rise up, warrior 1. Exhale, open arms and hips to warrior 2. Inhale, straighten that front leg for a moment. Bring the back foot in a couple of inches, wrapping the right arm behind you, grabbing hold of the left hip if you can. Left arm reaches up parallel to the floor, reaching beyond your limits. And then left arm comes down, right shoulder comes up. For Baddha Trikonasana, hold here for 1. Inhaling, lifting out at the left side, you're not collapsing here through your left hand. Exhale, 2. Inhale, moving that right shoulder back in space to broaden across the chest. Exhale, 3. Inhale, torso is parallel to the floor. You're reaching through the crown of the head. 4. Last breath here, bringing that left hip under, the right hip over. Exhale, 5. Inhale, look at your left big toe for stability. Strong core, rise up. Exhale, release the arms. Deeply bending that front knee again. And walking the right foot back in space from Virabhadrasana to warrior 2. Inhaling Arms reaching away from each other, shoulders down for 2. Inhale, you're going tall through the crown of the head, despite sinking the hips a little bit deeper if you can, for 3. Inhale, externally rotating both thighs. That may mean the left knee moving out to the left a little bit more, for 4. Inhale, and then exhale, 5. Nice. Inhale, straighten that front leg for a moment. Exhale, rebend the front knee, either placing the left forearm on top of left thigh or the right palm on the instep of the right foot. Wherever you are, place the left palm on the instep of the left foot. Right palm comes behind the skull, thumb comes down the neck. Right arm lifts up, pointing the right elbow to the sky, and then exhale, crunching, right elbow points down. Inhale, expanding across the chest, and then exhale, stretching across the backs of the shoulders. Inhale, lifting up, and then using the whole of the exhale to bring that elbow down. Inhale, broadening across the chest. Exhale. One last time. Inhale, right elbow points up, and then exhale, bringing the right palm down on the instep of that left foot, and then wiggling the left foot out to the left, and then dropping the right leg to the floor, preparing for lizard. So the left toes can come off the mat here. You can either come up to fingertips or just lean on this left thigh here. Or if you're on fingertips and you want a bit more of a stretch, you can come down to forearms. Always have the option as well to tuck under the back toes and lift the back leg off the floor. Wherever you are, we'll stay here for 3 more breaths here in lizard. Inhaling. Notice the areas of discomfort and breathe into them. Suffering is a resistance to pain. Inhale. So don't imagine that you're suffering. Imagine you're just getting some juices flowing there. Exhale, 2. Inhale when the mind wanders or is forced in any way, just come back to your intention, that image, that sound, that colour. Why are you practicing? Exhale, 3. Inhale, pressing into the palms, slowly lifting the chest up and then wiggling that left foot, all the way over to the right, setting up for pigeon. Wiggling the right leg back in space, squaring off the hips. You can have any angle that you wish. For this left shin, it can be parallel to the front of the mat or at a 45-degree angle underneath you. You may want to get some padding, put it underneath your left butt cheek here to give yourself a little bit of height, a little bit more comfortable here. Inhale, hands by your sides as you lift the chest and lengthen. And exhale, available to you, folding forward, bringing the forehead to the mat. For Eka, Pada, Raja, Kapotasana, one-legged king pigeon, holding here for 5 more breaths. This is 1. Inhaling, reinforcing that connection with the earth for 2. Inhaling, noticing all the vibrations going on in your body, bringing that awareness in. Exhale, 3. Inhale, marinating in those juices created, especially in that left outer hip. Exhale, 4. Inhale, send yourself some love, especially into those areas of discomfort. Exhale, 5. Inhale, pressing into the palms, slowly walking the hands back towards you, getting rid of any padding that you may have. And then tucking under that back right foot, lifting, pressing into the palms, lifting the left foot back and up. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale slowly to a plank. And then exhale, bending at the elbows, coming all the way down onto your stomachs. Nice. And then we're just going to prepare for, we're going to do a few back bends. We're starting in Sphinx here. So bringing the elbows directly underneath the shoulders, or if that's a little bit too intense for you, you can walk the hands forward a little bit more and have your elbows maybe a couple inches in front of the shoulder line. And we're going to stay here for 5 breaths. Inhaling, And exhaling. Inhale, really try and release those glutes. Don't engage them. The tendency is to engage them to protect your lower back, but your lower back is being protected by the fact that your pelvis is on the mat. So you can just allow a nice depth, a nice deep feeling of a back bend in the lower back here in the lumbar, and release the glutes. Last breath here, lifting through the crown of the head, not dumping into the shoulders. And then exhale. Create a little pillow with your hands for your forehead. And then just gently bring the chest down to the mat, forehead down to your hands. And just stay for a couple of breaths. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhale, left arm comes out at a 90-degree angle to the body. And then slowly walking that left hand out to the left. You're going to come and press into the right palm by your right side of the chest. And then just coming to roll onto your left side. So you're having a nice stretch, deep stretch here in the shoulders. You may wish to place the ball of the right foot behind you for stability, if that's available to you. Then you also get a little bit of a twist in the back. Staying in for 5 breaths, this is 1. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhale, the right palm can be placed on the mat in front of you or come up to fingertips, elbow lifting up. Exhale 2. Inhaling. Exhale 3. Inhale. Notice how it feels, that little pinch in the back of the shoulder blades. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Returning to center. Realign yourself one more time. I need to shift myself this way because I've got this in the way. So making sure you've got some space despite furniture being around. And then right arm comes out all the way out to the right. And then pressing into the left palm, roll onto your right hand side, maybe placing the ball of the left foot behind you for 5 breaths. This is 1. Inhaling. Right temple, right cheek can be down to the mat. Exhale 2. Inhaling. Exhale 3. Breathe in. Exhale 4. The smoothness of breath encourages a deeper stretch and a deeper connection with yourself for 5. Inhale, left palm comes down, press off the ball of the left foot, coming back into a lying down position on your mat. And then slowly pressing into palms either side of the chest, lifting up to an upward facing dog or a cobra. And then exhale, tuck under the back toes, downward facing dog. Staying here for 3 breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Last breath here, inhale and exhale. Inhale slowly forward to a plank. And then exhale, bending at the elbows, sucking in the core. So in one straight line, just come all the way down to line in front of your mat. Sorry, to lie on your front. And then we'll get into Salabhasana, locust pose. So the tops of the hands down. And then forehead to the mat. Inhale, lift. Forehead, chest, but the tops of the hands can be down. On the for 1. Inhaling. Exhale 2. Inhaling, lifting the chest a little bit higher. Exhale 3. Inhale, lifting the legs a little bit higher. Exhale 4. Inhale, lift everything. Forehead, legs, chest, you name it. Exhale 5. Well done. Release the forehead to the mat. Turn the cheek to one side and then wiggle the hips from side to side to release the lower back. Toes in, heels out. Nice. Deep belly breath here to massage the inside of your spine. And then exhale, melting into the mat. Nice. Inhale, Salabhasana B. So we're going to interlace the fingers behind the back, pull the fist away from the seat, and then slowly lift forehead, legs, chest, everything up for Salabhasana B, locust. Hold 1. Inhaling. Exhale 2. Inhaling. Exhale 3. For the last breath, bring the legs higher, engaging those glutes this time. Exhale 4. Inhale, looking up. We naturally should lift the chest a little bit higher. For 5. Well done. Exhale, release. Turn the cheek onto the other side, looking over maybe to the left. Wiggling the hips from side to side. Toes swap in, heels swap out. Let it go. Well done. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale, bend at the knees, forehead to mat, heels to buttocks. Grab the outer edges of the feet for Dhanurasana bow. On an inhale, lift. Forehead, legs, chest, everything kicking back, holding here for 1. Inhale. Toes together if possible. Exhale 2. Inhale, lifting the chest even higher. Exhale 3. Inhale, so you can get the feet higher overhead. Exhale 4. Last breath here. Exhale 5. Well done, team. Cheek, moving the cheek the other way. And then rocking the hips from side to side to release the lower back. Imagine if my hands were on your lumbar now, giving you a little bit of a massage here. Nice, 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 nice. Or you can give yourself a little massage. Inhale, press the palms by the chest. Come up to a kneeling position. And then cross the legs underneath you. Come to sit on your mat with the legs out in front of you. And we'll do some stretching here. So spreading the legs as wide as you can that feels comfortable. Maybe getting a cushion. We're going to come into a little straddle here. So put a cushion underneath your sitting bones. Draw the flesh away from your seat. So draw the flesh back so you can feel your sit bones underneath you. Legs as wide as you can for a straddle. And then we're going to hold here for 5 breaths. Inhaling. Exhaling, see if you can bring the chest down, or the palm, at the very least the palms down to the mat in front of you. Inhaling, lifting with the chest straight back. Exhaling, folding at the hips, hinging from here. Inhale, trying not to round the lower back. Exhale, 4. Inhale, you should be really feeling this strong stretch in the adductors. Exhale, 5. Inhale, bring the right sole of the right foot into the left inner thigh for a half kind of butterfly. And then grabbing hold of the left calf, the left ankle, the left outer foot. Right arm reaches up and then exhale, bending over to the left. You're opening through the chest, okay? You're not closing. Your chest isn't facing towards the floor. It's facing directly forward. Holding here for 1. Inhaling, you should be getting a nice stretch on the right side of the body. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Last breath as you try and open the chest a bit more. Exhale, 4. Inhale, reaching that right arm straight up to increase the stretch. Exhale, 5. Bring the body down as low as you can. Inhale, slowly rise up. Exhale, twist, kind of rotate the body over that left leg. Inhale, look up and lengthen, and then exhale, folding forward for Janu Shirshasana, either grabbing hold of the ankle, the calf, or the outer foot, or if you have a strap, you can use that here. Holding here for 1. Inhaling. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, lifting and lengthening through the torso. And then exhale, bringing that chest towards the shin. Last breath here. As you lengthen, and then exhale as you fold a bit deeper for 5. Nice. Inhale, release the foot. And then we're going to do the other side. So straighten that right leg out to the right, and bringing the sole of the left foot into the right inner thigh. Grabbing hold with the right hand, your left sorry, with the left hand, I'm getting my left and right completely mixed up today. The right ankle or the right shin or the right outer foot if available to you. Inhale, left arm reaches up to the sky. And then exhale, bring the body down over to the right, enjoying the stretch on the left-hand side for one. Inhaling, reaching. Exhale, two. Inhale, remember the chest isn't closed towards the floor, it's open towards the front of the room. Exhale, three. Inhaling. Exhale, four. Last breath, lifting and lengthening through that left side. And then exhale, bring the body down over to the right a little bit more if you can. Inhale, torso comes up, and then exhale, rotate the torso over that left leg. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, folding forward, leading with the chest for Janushirshasana on the other side. Holding here for one. Inhaling, and exhaling. Inhale, hinging at the hips. Exhaling, folding a bit deeper. Inhale, the right leg is engaged, so the right toes are flexed towards you. Even if you're just holding the ankle, you can flex them on their own. Exhale, four. Last breath here as you're extending the spine. And then exhale, compressing at the hip, forehead to shin. Inhale, slowly rise up. Exhale, left foot comes out. And I'm going to take another straddle forward fold here for one. Inhaling, lifting and lengthening, and then exhale, leading with the chest folding forward, so no rounded backs here, nice straight back. Inhale. The toes can be flexed or they can be inactive, no problem, you're still getting a stretch in the adductors. Exhale, three. Last couple of breaths, inhaling. Exhale, four. We can come onto forearms at this point. See, notice the difference from before. Inhale. When the mind wanders, come back to the breath for five. Inhale, gently bring those legs in towards you. And then transition directly into Navasana boat. So we'll bring the shins parallel to the floor. Arms alongside the body, release the hands, extend the toes, extend the fingertips, holding here for one. Inhaling, straight back. Exhale, two. Inhale, really engaging the core here. Exhale, three. This is the only Navasana boat pose you're going to do, so really make it count. Exhale, four. Come on, everyone, straighten your legs for the last breath. And lift the toes higher, lift the chest higher for five. Well done, nice. Release and come all the way down onto your backs. Bring the soles of the feet onto the mat, knees facing up, so that you can just brush the backs of the ankles with your fingertips and your arms are extended alongside you. We're going to come into a little bridge. So slowly press into the soles of the feet, which should be a hip width apart and parallel. And then really engage the core muscles, the tummy muscles here. Imagine you're trying to flatten your lumbar, that curve in the bottom of your back down. Imagine you're trying to flatten that lumbar and keep that core engaged. And that, with that engagement now, lift the pelvis up towards the sky, peeling your back off the mat, and then wiggling your arms underneath you, bringing the shoulder blades together. Imagine once more that you're trying to pinch a pencil between your shoulder blades, interlace the fingers, lifting the pelvis up even higher and holding here for one. Inhaling, knees aren't splaying out, they're still hip width apart and parallel. Exhale, two. Inhale, you want to pigeon toe your toes slightly to make a bit more space around your lumbar spine for your back. Exhale, three. Inhale, really engage those glutes and lift the pelvis higher for four. Last breath here, bringing your chest towards your chin. Exhale, five. Releasing the hands. Nice. Gently rolling down vertebra by vertebra. And then have your toes, your soles of the feet as wide as the mat and your heel and your knees together. And then slowly push your knees downwards towards the other side of the mat from your head. and just to stretch out the lower back slightly. Okay, so just a few times. Inhale, pressing the knees together. Exhale, pressing the knees away from you. Inhale, knees together. Exhale, knees away from you. Last time. Inhale, squeezing the knees in. Exhale, knees away from you. And now, keeping the soles of the feet where they are, just place both knees over to the left. And then if your right knee can't come down to the mat, let your left ankle just rest on top of your right knee to bring it down. You get a nice stretch in front of the right hip and a little supine twist here. Arms can be wide if you have the space, or you can cactus the arms, so the arm could be at a 90-degree angle. And then maybe gaze towards your right fingertips for one. Inhaling. Exhale, 2. Inhale, both shoulders are down on the mat. Exhale, 3. Inhale, you can be flexing your left foot for a little bit more, a little bit of more heaviness on that right hip. 4. Inhale, softening around the midriff. Exhale, 5. Inhale, slowly take the left foot off the right knee. Place the sole of the left foot down to one side of the mat. Knees together, soles of the feet as wide as the mat. Setting up for the other side. And then exhale, dropping the knees over to the right. And then placing that right ankle on top of the outer left knee to bring the left knee down a bit more. Holding here for 1. Inhale, gaze towards left fingertips. Exhale, 2. Inhale, notice the difference in how you feel on either side. Exhale, 3. Inhale, softening around the midriff as you enjoy that stretch on the left hip for 4. Last breath here. Exhale, 5. Nice. Inhale, release the legs. And then we're going to come straight into Shavasana here. It's quite a hot day, so we're not going to... Actually, if you'd like to invert, maybe for Shavasana, if you have a wall near you, you can bring your sit bones in as far as you can to your nearest wall or your nearest sofa and just lie in an inversion for Shavasana with your legs overhead. You can do that. Or you can spend about 10 breaths in waterfall if you like, or you can just take a short inversion, or you can just start your Shavasana now. Totally up to you. So for waterfall, you can raise your hips slightly, bringing the legs overhead, arms wide of the body, and just stay here for about 10 breaths if you enjoy that feeling, and if you don't have anything to help you invert here. Feel free to take a headstand for 5 breaths, or a shoulder stand for 5 to 10 breaths here. If you'd like to go straight into Shavasana, please set up here. Arms wider than the body, legs wider than your hips, palms facing up, toes flopping out, sinking into the mat. Commencing a body scan. Are your toes relaxed? Your ankles relaxed? Knees, your quadriceps releasing, or are they still engaged? Releasing the glutes, maybe tensing them for a moment and then releasing them and letting go. Noticing the juices running around your hips, that prana, that energy flow that you've created today in the practice. Inhaling, and then exhale, letting it all go, sinking into the mat, feeling even heavier than you did before. If you're in an inversion, now you can slowly make your way out of the inversion and come down to meet in Shavasana. Those in Shavasana, you can continue the body scan Your fingertips really resting and not feeling any engagement whatsoever. Are your palms receiving all the good gifts of the universe? Are you allowing the ground to hold you? Are your back muscles feeling softer but stronger? And are your shoulders feeling nice and heavy on the mat? Chin may be tucked into the chest to elongate the back of the neck, making sure the shoulders are towards your feet and there's a bit more space along the neck. Unfurrowing the brow, if that's something you're used to doing. Releasing the jaw. Shavasana. So slowly start to bring some life back in the body, awaken your hopefully more rejuvenated body. After the stress comes the rest. After the rest comes the awakening. Awaken the body by moving, deepening the breath, moving however feels natural to you. Bringing knees into the chest, taking an overhead morning stretch, taking up your space once more. And then slowly meeting in a comfortable seated position, keeping the eyes closed, hands at heart center. Creating a bit of space in between your hands so your palms aren't flat together. There's a little space for some magic, some alchemy to occur. Always remembering that we can create magic in our own way if we find the space to do it. And let that space be wonderful and be magical. Well done for practicing today. Namaste.